Welcome to the beach trip. So this isn't exactly an ideal place to film. I'm sitting at the counter space right now in the bathroom slash washroom, whatever you want to call it, in our hotel room at the beach. But I wanted to share with you all what I brought with me in terms of makeup and basically in terms of makeup. So that's what this video is going to be. I hope that sounds at least semi-interesting. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like the video if you like it. Let's get into the video. So I have to just say that when I was packing my makeup products and my brushes and all that stuff, it was a very last minute type of thing. It was an hour before we were about to leave for the beach and I just started throwing shit into bags. So this is like me grabbing stuff that I really love or me just grabbing something because it's right in front of me and it was easy to pack. There's a lot. Definitely more than what I needed to bring. I haven't worn makeup at all since I've been here, and it's our last full day here. So I will be applying makeup this evening because we're going out to dinner. But other than that, I really didn't need all this stuff. Okay, let's get into the bags here. Let's start off with this one. This is like the main mamma jamma here. So I'm not going to go in order of like primer and then foundation just because it's all kind of, you kind of see what I'm working with here. So I'm just going to grab and start chatting. First and foremost, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is one of my absolute favorite concealers. I have mine in the shade Light 1 Chantilly. It's just so good. It doesn't make my under eyes look dry, which is a feat in its own, just because I'm, almost 40. It's a fantastic concealer, so I had to bring that. I also brought my Dior Forever Skin Correct, another favorite concealer of mine. I have mine in 0N, and it's still a little deep for me. You can kind of tell. Not exactly the perfect tone, but I mix it in with the NARS Radiant and it's perfect. The Dior Powder No Powder. It's a powder foundation. It's very lightweight. I use this more as like a finishing powder, not so much as a powder foundation. Yeah, it is translucent. Natural blur. Come on now, focus. It says Perfecting Translucent Powder, Natural Radiant Blur Effect. I have to agree with that. That's definitely what it gives, and I like it for that reason. And I have mine in 0N, Zero Neutral. The Huda Beauty Setting Powder, I have mine in Translucent Sugar Cookie. This is the absolute goat of setting powders. It will keep my makeup on all day long in combination with a couple of other products, which I'm going to share with you. But this is like, you're looking for your makeup to last all day. You want a really good setting powder. This is just my all-time favorite, and I will not be without it. Next up is my LA Girl Pro Mixing Pigment, the blue pigment. It's really hard to find a foundation that is like perfectly your skin tone. And normally when I'm mixing foundations or even just, with single foundations, I have to adjust it just a tad to be a little cooler. And I do that with this mixing pigment and it is fantastic for that. Next up is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I have mine in number 23. This one's a little beigey for me, but it's such a nice product. It looks so skin-like. It's a little dewy looking, a little radiant. And it wears really well on my oily skin, which is surprising. So I brought that for like a light makeup day. I might even wear that with my makeup for dinner tonight. I'm not sure yet. Next up is a newer product to me. This is the MAC Radiant Light Rosy Skin Finish, and it's their newest bronzer. Well, there was two different versions. They had a matte and a radiant. My favorite is the radiant. You can't really tell in this lighting, but it's got more of a kind of a pinky undertone to it, and it is beautiful. If you can tell. No, it definitely looks kind of orangey here, but it's not. It is, at the moment, one of my favorite bronzers. It's so beautiful. So, I definitely had to bring that. I'm not really sure why I felt the need to bring another BB cream, but this one by Herborian is another favorite of mine. I think it's in light. Oh yeah, right there. This is like their light fair version. Reminds me a lot of the Misha BB cream, to be honest with you. It's just really, really good. So, snatched that one up. I brought the Milk Hydro Grip. This is my second favorite primer ever. I'm just surprised that it works so well with my oily skin, and it makes my skin look fantastic. My makeup does last longer over top of this. It doesn't break down really quickly. It's just such a fantastic primer. I had to bring my Better Believe It face powder from Physicians Formula. This is their translucent version of this. They have a deeper version. This is my second one. I currently have one at home that's like almost completely gone, so I picked this up recently. This is just so good after you're done with your makeup. If you, like me, are a little heavy-handed with blush or bronzer or whatever the case may be, I like to take a fluffy powder brush and sweep this all over, and it just kind of melts everything together, and it's, again, translucent, so it works really well that way, and I love it. Plus, it's affordable. Another favorite product, the KVD Mod Con Liquid Gel. Mine is in Fair Cool 90. This is such a good contour product. It is not real heavy. It's not, like, there's certain contour products that are like thick. And when you have products like that, it's really hard to blend them out and make them look, I don't know, to get them to kind of mesh in with your skin. But this one is like, I don't want to say it's transparent because there's definitely pigment there, but it's easy to use if you're using it on a light makeup day or you're not doing full coverage. And even if you are, because I like full coverage, it just works really well. And the tone of this one is spot on for my skin tone. So definitely had to bring that product. I love it. The ColourPop bronzer. This one is from the Going Coconuts collection. It's Coconut Beach. It just has a really nice tone to it, which is why I grabbed this one. It looks a little orange here. I think everything looks kind of orange in this light, but it's not as orange as it looks. It's a really good tone of bronzer for my skin tone. The House Labs, what is this called? It's having trouble focusing. The Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. This is such a beautiful foundation. There's not many that I can wear alone. I typically mix foundations together to get like the perfect finish, but this is one I can wear by itself, and it just gives a really beautiful, I was going to say like a soft matte finish, but it almost has, I was going to say a satin effect. I don't know about that. Maybe just natural. It's really beautiful. The tone is a little beigey. You know, I've issues with grabbing the right tone of things, but it wears beautifully, and definitely wanted to bring it with me. The NARS Light Reflecting Foundation is another beautiful foundation. It wears really nice on my skin, which again is shocking because I have oily skin, but it's very lightweight. It's not full coverage. I would say more of like a medium buildable, but it looks beautiful. So I wanted to bring that. It's so unnecessary, all this stuff. Another NARS foundation. This is their Natural Radiant Longwear. This is like an old favorite of mine. I like using this one as a mixer, not so much on its own, but it is beautiful on its own. But I like to mix that in with like my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it's the perfect little combo. I haven't been telling you the foundation shades. Let's do that real quick. Okay, this is the House Labs. I have it in 50 Fair Cool. The NARS Light Reflecting I have in Mont Blanc, and I'm pretty sure that this one is also, yep, Mont Blanc. Estee Lauder Double Wear is my all-time favorite foundation. If you're somebody that has oily skin and you have yet to find a foundation that'll wear all day for you, this is that girl. So I have mine in 1C0 and have not been able to find the perfect shade for me. So this works, but I typically have to mix in the LA Girl mixing pigment to make it a little more cool. I also brought the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. This one came out quite a while ago, but it is such a fantastic foundation. It wears beautifully. It says it's mattifying. I would say that that's true, but it also has a very skin-like finish to it. Very full coverage. It's just such a fantastic foundation. I typically use this as a mixer, but I can definitely wear it alone. The Hollywood Contour Wand, I mean, need I say more? This is an iconic product. It's beautiful. It is a little bit like heavier on the coverage. Really beautiful pinky red undertone to it. I love this product. One of my all-time favorite bronzers from Hourglass. This is in Diffused Bronze Light. Typically, I find their bronzers to be very warm-toned, kind of orangey, and this one is not. It's a little bit more pink-red leaning, and that's why I love it, so had to bring that. The Kosas Revealer Concealer, I think that's what it's called. It is. I have mine in 1.5C. It's a little deep for me, but if I mix it in with, well, wherever it is, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, it's perfect, and this gives a little hint of radiance because it's not matte, so I like that. The Becca Under Eye Corrector. If you've been with me for any length of time, you already know this is like a staple in my makeup routine. I have bags underneath my eyes, and purple bags at that, so this helps to kind of minimize that. Plus it moisturizes the under eye area and makes it to where, like, even if you put on a mattifying concealer underneath the eyes, this will kind of give it some life and make it less drying. So no matter what type of makeup look I'm doing, I always use this underneath the eyes before I use concealer. And last but not least, again, if you've been here for a while, you already know my all-time favorite primer is the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control. They don't make it like this anymore. They did it like a reformulated version that I do not like. So I went on Mercari and I purchased as many of these as I could afford at the time because it's my all-time favorite primer, and it's the one thing that keeps my makeup on all day long. It mattifies, it smooths, it is so good. And I really wish they would go back to this one. I wish they would travel back in time and get rid of that newer formulation. I'm not really sure like what's so different about the new one, but this one is better in my opinion. So definitely had to bring that with me. So yes, I was able to shove all of that stuff into this little tiny bag. I don't know how, like a magician just pulling tricks out of my bag. All right, we have one more bag to go through, and then I have a stack of palettes to show you. I lied, we do have two little bags, and I have some odds and ends hanging out over here that we'll go through, and a stack of palettes. So this little bag is full of brushes and my sponges. I am a snob, I guess, when it comes to beauty sponges. I just really prefer beauty blenders. It's something about the consistency of the sponge. It's really soft, and I like that. So I have a bunch of beauty blenders, and I only buy them on sale because I'm cheap. So anyway, brought those, but I also brought my favorite brushes. Do I really want to? I don't want to go through all these. I'll just quickly, just really quickly here. So these are like the best of the best, the brushes that I use the most. I've got a bunch of my Sonia G brushes in here. They're the blue and red ones. I've got some Makeup Shack brushes. I do have Morphe brushes in here because there's a few of those that I really enjoy for like detailed work. I have some no-name brushes in here I got from Amazon. That's the majority, and a couple of Refer brushes. I think, oh, and a Sigma brush. I think that's it, but these are my most used eye brushes. Okay, moving along to another Big Daddy bag here. This one is massive. There's a lot that I shoved in here, so let's just get started. Obviously, gotta have an eyelash curler. I brought my NYX This Is Milky Gloss in Ube Milkshake. It's such a beautiful color, and it's super glossy looking, so I like that. One of my favorite mascaras, the Act Natural from ColourPop. I have mine in black. I have a brown one at home too, but this one's definitely the favorite. I don't know why I felt the need to do this, but I brought several pigments from Carla Cosmetics. I don't know like why I thought I was going to be getting creative on this trip, but I haven't, and I doubt that I'm going to. Really beautiful pigments, just not necessary to bring with me to the beach. I have Pillow Fight and Beauty Sleep with me. Very beautiful, just, yeah, not spending a bunch of time doing makeup. I brought my NARS Orgasm Blush. I don't know why I had to look. I knew what that was. Very beautiful blush, iconic. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. Perfect for the beach. I brought another NARS product. There's a lot of NARS in this video, huh? The NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base is like, it's a holy grail eyeshadow primer. It just works well with a lot of different formulas, and it helps me keep my eyeshadow on all day because it's more of like a matte formula, so I love that. I brought the Space Age Prophecy Highlighter from Kaleidos, one of my favorite colorful highlighters. It is a multi-chrome, which is fun. Like, look how fun. Actually, you can't really see the full spectrum here, but it shifts like pink. Got that yellow, kind of orangey. It's so pretty. So, brought that. I just think it's funny I brought all this stuff and I've used none of it. My daughter's used a couple things. The Tartelette Tubing Mascara is another really good one. I just don't know if I really think it's a tubing mascara. Like, usually tubing mascaras, you pull off your lids. That one more like dissolves with makeup's, whatchamacallit, remover. The Brow Gal Brow Pencil from Tanya Crooks, one of my favorite brow pencils. I ordered these because they were like half off. Typically they're like $20 a pencil, which is, to me, that's just insane to spend on an eyebrow pencil. Not that I haven't done it, but I would much rather buy them when they're half off, so that's what I did. I bought a handful of them, and they're just fantastic. Gotta have my eyebrows done, especially if I'm doing makeup. The Tarte Maneater Mascara is another favorite of mine, and my daughter also loves this one, so that's why I went ahead and brought that. Good Lord. The Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer is another good one if I'm looking to do a very colorful look, if I'm looking to do like a cut crease, or, you know, something a little bit more artistic, then I would use that, because it's a little bit more of like a creamy base. Oh, more eyebrow pencils. Different shade? Yeah, it is. What else is in here? Oh, the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. I really like this. It reminds me more of like a lip gloss when you get it on the lids. I just think it's pretty cool that they were able to put that type of formula in this type of component. But it is really nice. It's got like a mintiness to it. It's supposed to be plumping. I don't know if I would really say that it's plumping. Makes your lips look a little plumper because it's glossy. But I really love that. Oh yeah, that's gross. Don't look at that. That's what I mix my foundations in, and it desperately needs to be cleaned. Ooh, the Fiorine Pixie Epoxy. This is really fantastic if you're looking to put pigments on your eyeballs. I say eyeballs, I mean eyelids. I think you all know that. Don't be putting shit in your eyes. But this is really, really great at holding pigments to your lids. And making like shimmer shades and the really pretty shifty shades. It makes them stand out. Ooh, the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter in Privilege. This is a really beautiful highlighter. Why is everything so difficult to open? This is kind of an interesting tone because it's like almost like a rose gold, I guess. But it's really pretty, so wanted to bring that. Ooh, yeah, the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Venusian Nude. I got this from TJ Maxx a few weeks ago. Thought it was going to be too deep for my skin tone. Bought it anyway. And I'm really glad that I did because it is not too deep for my skin tone and it looks beautiful on. Like, it is so pretty. Even here it looks like it would maybe be too deep for me. It's not. It is gorgeous. I also brought the waterproof version of the Maneater. I don't know, maybe if I wanted to wear some mascara to the ocean. I'm not really sure why I felt the need to bring both, but I did. I also brought the Rare Beauty, I don't even know what like the actual name of these is, but it's like Soft Pinched or I don't know. They're blush in the shade Love, and it is so pretty. It's this beautiful like orangey terracotta shade. So I brought that. This is embarrassing. The MAC Glow Play Blush in So Natural is just a really beautiful nude cream blush, and it is a little glowy, so I like that. Oh man, the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I like this one because it's not super loud. It just gives you that like lit from within type of glow. So it's a little bit more toned down, something a little bit, I don't know. I was going to say wearable, but let's be honest, anything is wearable if you want it to be. So brought that. Is this almost done? Okay, we're getting there. This is the NARS Orgasm X blush, so this one's just a little bit louder than the other one, and I like that because I like a loud blush. It's really pretty and orangey, but it's got that red in there. It's so pretty. The Bobbi Brown highlighter. This one is in Pink Glow, and Bobbi Brown has some really beautiful... I'm sorry that I'm all like jumpy with the camera, and I'm sure not the best camera angles, but... you know, again, I'm at the beach, so I have limited resources, and it's just what it is. Really beautiful highlighter. It's got this kind of, you know, like, look at that. She's pretty. I got that one at TJ Maxx as well. I think I paid like $11 for it, which is really good. Also brought the Rare Beauty Bronzing Stick. Mine is in the shade Bright Soul. Not my absolute favorite tone, but I really do like the product, so I'll make it work. I brought another Glow Play blush. You know, I had to have a nude one, and I brought one that's a little bit more fun and like bold. This one is in Groovy, and it's just like a bright corally orange shade. We're almost done. The MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Show Gold. This is such a pretty highlighter. I grabbed it when I picked up the new bronzers from them. I bought them online on the MAC website, and I don't regret it. It's beautiful. It's kind of hard to see like just how beautiful, but it's got this pink shift to it. Well, you can't really see it. A little bit right there. It is so pretty though. Like, look at that. Now you can't really see the pink on camera. That sucks. A little bit right there. Anyhow, beautiful highlighter. Are we done? Goodness gracious. The Anastasia eye primer, really good eye primer. I like this one. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime, except for this one's a lot lighter in tone, but they're essentially the same kind of product. I also brought the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in Fair. Why did I bring so many freaking eye primers? Not really sure, but I mean, okay. I brought the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm. It's just a really beautiful glowy blush. Okay, I'm dropping stuff now. running out of room up here. And I brought a facial razor and a little mixing spatula. So, whew, it's a lot. I guess I should have specified that some of the products I'm sharing with you were in my most recent Shop My Stash, and I'm not going back and doing all that. So yeah, I didn't want to bring stuff that was strictly from my Shop My Stash because I like to switch things up a little bit too, and I've been using those products since the beginning of May. So I switched it up and put some other products in there too, but there are things in here from my Shop My Stash. Actually, most of the palettes are from my Shop My Stash, so let's go through those now. Okay, first and foremost on top here is the Don't Be Jelly palette from Unearthly. I have yet to use this, and it's such a beautiful palette. Again, not really sure why I brought this with me, because I'm not doing real colorful, creative eye looks, but I just wanted to bring my Shop My Stash palettes with me just in case. In case I got bored, there was a rainy day, and maybe I had a chance to film. Speaking of rainy day, hello. It hasn't exactly been rainy, except for yesterday, but if you all have been paying attention to the news, or if you live on the East Coast, there has been an air pollutant advisory because of the wildfires happening in Canada, and we're in a code orange. We're in a code red now. We were in a code orange, but now we're in a code red, and we're really not supposed to be outside, like, exerting yourself or hanging out there for too terribly long, so we're kind of confined to the room. I mean, we could go out there, but I don't know that it's a great idea to be breathing all that crap in for an extended period of time. So we've been hanging out in the hotel room. So really, I should be doing more, which is why I decided to film this. Just as something to do. But yeah, maybe later I'll do an eye look. I also brought with me, because we are going to dinner later. Did I already say that? I think I did. I'm a mess. Don't mind me. I brought with me the singles that I picked during my Shop My Stash, and they're just so pretty to look at. I don't know that I'll be doing any bright, colorful looks to be able to use these, but you never know, I might. I brought the Seahorse palette from Adept because I have not used this yet. I've only swatched the shades, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I have not been impressed. This palette was very expensive, and I don't think that the juice is worth the squeeze on this one. And Adept is kind of a smaller indie brand. They've gotten a little bigger over the last year or two. So I don't mean to shit talk or throw shade, but it's just not, I'm always going to keep it real with you all, and I just don't think it's worth the price tag on this one. So I kind of want to get some use out of it, see if it changes my mind, but just, at first swatch, playing around in them a little bit, I'm just not that impressed. So I definitely want to get some use out of it considering how much it cost me. I also brought with me, if I wanted to do a nude makeup look, something a little more classy and timeless, I brought my Vanity Makeup palette. This is the Signature palette. And I think I ranked this as my #1 palette of 2021 or something like that. It is just so good. It's very easy to use. You can get a variety of eye looks with it. And they're good. The quality is really good. I love that palette. So that's why I brought that. I also brought the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit because, you got a little variety there. Different highlighters you can use. So, okay, that's that. I brought the Rouge Romance set from Jaclyn Cosmetics. They are two of my favorite blush palettes because legit, if you put the two together, you've got really all the blush you need. For a while, you got warm tones and cool tones. And I absolutely love both of these palettes, so I probably should have just brought those two palettes, and then that was it. I really didn't need to bring all the single blushes, but, it's me, so I did. I brought the Chucky palette. I think I literally just grabbed the stack that I picked for my Shop My Stash and just threw them in my bag. That's what it looks like, because this was also in there, and I haven't used it yet, so doubt I will on this trip, but I brought it. I also brought the Serenity palette from Menagerie. This is their collaboration with Annette's Makeup Corner, and it is just such a beautiful, colorful palette. I brought the Juvia's Place The Nubian Earth, another really pretty neutral color story, just in case, I want to use some neutral colors. And last but not least, we got some ocean vibes going on here, kind of beachy. This one is another one from Menagerie, and it's called Indigo Ink. And it's just got some really beautiful, kind of unique shades in here. And again, it was in my Shop My Stash. The last portion that I'm going to share with you is this little pile of stuff over here. So I brought some MAC lipsticks just because, I don't know. Am I going to wear lipstick at the beach? Probably not.
But I brought some neutral shades just that'll go with kind of anything. So this one is in Honey Love. It's one of their matte lipsticks. It's beautiful. Goes really well with my skin tone. I thought I brought a couple. I did. They're hanging out back there. Hold on. I brought Viva Glam 2 and Yash. And again, they're just some really pretty nude lipsticks. Did I really need to bring all three of these? Like, look how similar. Well, I did, okay? That is too funny. So that's the swatches in order there. Look how similar those are. I did not need to bring all three of those, but yeah, it's me, so I did. Okay, keeping it with the lip products, I also brought 2 of the Fenty Beauty glosses. This one is their iconic Gloss and Fussy, and it's just a really pretty, kind of like neutrally shiny lip gloss, and it smells like fruit punch, and I love it. And this is their Gloss Bomb Heat. So it's going to make your lips tingle a little bit. It's got that red tint to it. Makes your lips look juicy. So I liked that. And then this is my all-time favorite. I was going to say gloss, but it's actually a lip gel. And it's from Seraphine Botanicals. I got this in an Ipsy a very long time ago. I think it was Ipsy. And you can see that it's almost gone. It kind of reminds me. Wait a minute. Look how similar. It reminds me of the Fenty Beauty Gloss, but the formula on it is what really gets me with this one. It's lightweight. It almost feels like a lip oil because it feels juicy and not sticky, but it's like it almost reminds me of like an oil cross between a gloss, but it's a lip gel. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's got a nice scent to it. It looks pretty on the lips. The only thing I don't like about it is that I can't get it anymore. I've tried, and on their website it is sold out. I can't find it anywhere else, and it's pissing me off. It is like my favorite lip product. So if you all see that this is available, it's got to be in the shade Guava Glaze. I have another one, and it's just not the same. So if you ever see that one available, you let me know, because it is my favorite lip product of all time. Okay, last but not least, this little pile of stuff over here. Some more lip products. I brought a couple of lip liners just in case I actually did my lips. I've got 3 from ColourPop and 1 from Charlotte Tilbury, and they just go really well with like the nude lipsticks that I picked. And I also have this gloss from Charlotte Tilbury. It is her Rose Jewel Gloss, and it is so pretty. Do you see a running theme here? We got like the shiny particles in there, the nude gloss, and that's, you know, pretty much what those are too. So it's just funny. I like what I like, okay? Last but not least is this handful of face brushes. So whenever I'm doing my makeup, I always, and I do mean always, use this selection of face brushes. I've got my Sonia G face brush. This is what I use when I want to take that Butter Believe It powder from Physicians Formula and kind of like buff all over. That's what I use. This one here from e.l.f. I like to use this when I'm packing on that Huda Beauty setting powder because it's just so dense up top, and it does a great job doing that. So those are both like my face brushes. This one is for my cream bronzer products. That's gross. That definitely needs to be cleaned, but I love it for that reason. I brought this for my highlighter, really fantastic highlighter brush. By the way, this is also from e.l.f. and they don't make it anymore. This one is from Makeup Shack. It's their T102. Really great highlighter brush. This is a Morphe M438. It's really great for setting the under eyes, which is exactly what I use it for. This is a very floofy blush brush. It's the Jaclyn Hill JH06. And I do have a backup brush actually, I might even have 2 more. But it's fantastic if you're using like really pigmented blushes, which I use quite a bit. Because it's great for keeping it a little bit more diffused because it's floofy. Last, but certainly not least, is my Sigma large angled contour brush, the F40. And this is my contour slash bronzer brush. I should say powder contour bronzer brush. And that is what I brought with me on my beach trip. Am I a little bit out there? I mean, you be the judge, you know. I would say maybe a little bit, but I'm prepared, and I'd rather be prepared than underprepared. So that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you all so much for watching and sticking around through my crazy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you've been enjoying my content. Stick around for a while. I would love to have you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.